My parents sat me down for a serious talk. Dad slid a paper across the table. It was a bill for my childhood. I laughed, thinking they were joking. Then Mom said, "We expect payment immediately." So I opened my folder, and when they read what I brought, they went silent. Growing up, everything came with a price. Good grades? Better thank us for the food. Need help with homework? That's an hour of our valuable time you owe. Birthdays weren't celebrations. They were financial reports of their sacrifices. I moved out at 18 with a scholarship. Kept my distance after that. Last Sunday, Mom texted, "Family meeting, 3 p.m. Be there." No explanation. Dad sat at the kitchen table with a folder. "You're late," he said. It was 3:02. "Sit down," Mom added. "We have something important." Dad pushed the folder toward me. Inside was a document titled Summary of Expenses, Raising Arlen. I laughed. "You're not serious." "Entirely serious," Dad said. "That's a full accounting of what you cost us. Hospital delivery, $12,643. Childcare, $37,900. Groceries, your portion, $22,450. Every soccer cleat, every Christmas gift, every birthday meal had its own line item. Grand total, $275,533.89. You expect me to pay you $275,000? That is what is owed," Dad said. "We expect payment immediately." Mom leaned forward. "We prefer not to involve legal channels." I closed their folder slowly, then reached into my bag and pulled out my own. Thicker, heavier. I set it on the table. Mom's smile faltered. "What's that?" Dad asked. I opened it. The first page read, "Documented contributions, Arlen." "You kept track?" Mom asked, confused. "No," I said quietly. "I kept track of yours." I flipped pages, each item dated and documented. 2020, Dad's car repairs, $1,200. 2021, 3 months of their mortgage, $3,600. 2022, Mom's credit card to prevent collections, $5,800. 2024, monthly grocery money, $4,000. 25, hospital bills, $7,500. Total, $22,100. Mom's fingers tightened around her glass. Dad's jaw clenched. "You kept track," Dad said, voice low and accusing. "You taught me to." Mom straightened. "That was your choice. We never forced you." "You're right. I chose to help because that's what family does, not because I expected to be invoiced for being your son." Dad shifted. "Regardless, you cost us far more. Parenting isn't free." "No, but it is a choice." I tapped the last page. "There's more." I turned it slowly. At the top, "Notice of repayment demands voided." Below it, a lawyer's statement saying any collection attempt would be harassment. Mom's face drained of color. Dad's hand twitched. "I came prepared too," I said. "You wanted to play business? Let's play." I dropped another stack of letters on the table. Community center, law office, accountant. "Remember last Christmas when you told everyone how you sacrificed everything for me?" Mom stiffened. I shared the real story. How you'd leave me home alone for weekends when I was 10. How you made me work every summer since 13, then borrowed my paychecks for your vacations. Mom went white. Dad's knuckles turned bone white. "And since you like numbers, I shared the financial records. Every transfer, every loan that became an obligation. You shared this," Mom whispered, "with the community board, the church, the charity you volunteer for, Dad's alumni association, and the local paper." Dad's mouth opened, then closed. "You built your reputation on being martyrs," I said. "Now everyone can decide what to believe." Finally, Dad shoved the papers away. "You're ruining your own reputation. I'm not the one who's going to lose standing. I'm not the one who played martyr for 20 years. I stood up. Mom found her voice. "You're ungrateful. You didn't do it for me," I said. "You did it for the image." I gathered my papers. 2 weeks ago, you handed me a bill for my childhood. Today, I handed you the invoice for your lies. Dad's voice rang out. "This isn't over." I glanced back once. "No, it's not." 2 days later, the messages started. Frantic texts from Mom, threatening ones from Dad. I didn't respond. Over the next week, acquaintances called. Some defended my parents, but more often, I heard surprise. The cracks were obvious once people looked. Loans never repaid. Fundraisers that disappeared. One church woman told me, "You're not the only one they leaned on." Last week, my parents sent a final email. Cold and formal. No apology. Just a statement severing ties unless I made appropriate amends. I read it once, then archived it without replying. They sent me a bill for my childhood. I handed them the cost of their choices.